Well, back again. So, I just got done torquing this down. What had to be done was, this bolt had to be cut down. I also went ahead and used the ARP, it's the ARP stud, went ahead with the ARP nut as well. The bottom of these nuts have like a little flare, or flange. I just threw that to the belt sander and took that off so I could use the ARP nut. I figured this ARP nut was better or stronger than the one that came with this, so I wanted to just go ahead and use the one that came with the ARPs. So I just took that flare off. I also went ahead and just kind of took a bird tool around the rim of this circle, because even after taking that off, the nut itself is wider than the ones that came with this. So these points were cutting into the girdle a little bit. I didn't want to throw off the torque spec or shear off little pieces of metal. So I burred it down, hit it with the sander, smoothed out whatever little imperfections were there. And oil pump fixed now, came in today. I had to clearance the oil pump a little bit as well. See right there. And the old one, I think I showed in the other video, but the old one, I clearanced too much. Quite a lot, actually. Probably would have been fine with that had I cut this stud down. I would have been able to stop where I left off before I went back out and jabbed the hole through it. So anyways, these are torqued down now. Girdle's in place. I haven't even turned it over. Hopefully it doesn't bind. I don't know. Find out later. I don't feel like turning it over right now. I have to put a nut on the front of it. Too much work. I'm about to go in, tired. I'm working an early shift this week and the next, so I have to be up at like 4:30. And it is 9 o'clock now. So I've been out here since I got home at around 3. Actually, I started out in the shop. The suspension parts are painted for the rest of the torque arm. I went ahead and drilled the hole for the brake bulkhead on the rear end and threw a little bit of paint around that. And that's about all I got done today. And messing with this. It's like back to back. I kept having to come back and clearance a little more with that or take a little bit off. And I had to go clearance the pump. Then I went to torque everything down and forgot to put some 2B between the two pieces of the two-piece main seal. So pulled that back apart, did that. Oh yeah, so the other thing I have to figure out, I've got to run a rear sump on this because of the Mustang 2. This is a rear sump pickup that goes with my Canton pan. Fits like so. There's the little stud ring. It is not going to work with this. I'll have to modify this ring, figure out how to make it happen. Normally they use this double stud shit for pickups like that. Well, I can't do that, or I'm not doing that. So the only thing I know to do is to make it fit underneath this nut and fit it underneath there with that washer. And I have a little bit of thread space. Go figure, this is probably one of the shortest ones compared to all the others. And this one back here is fairly short too, and this one. But, so I'm thinking I can just put it underneath there and then the washer on top of it and torque it down and it'll be fine. Sure, I'll have some naysayers in the comments that say I shouldn't do that. Give me a suggestion of something better to do. The only other idea I would have is to drill a hole and tap into this girdle and mount it to the girdle itself, which I think I've seen somebody do before, but I don't know how I'd do it with this little flange tab. I'd have to figure out something to do with that. But I'm already gonna have to cut it off and re-weld it, I'm sure. So that's it for this. I'm about to seal it up, bag it up, go in for the night, get something to eat, and sit down for a second because I'm tired, hot, sweaty, etc. The other thing that came in today, comp cams delivered, my solid lifters. So I'll be able to do that. I got clay for my clearance check. I'll also be able to time the engine, which, like I've already said before, will probably be pointless. Because even though I got this timing set, or this, not timing set, but degree wheel timing tool, it's, I don't have an adjustable cam gear or adjustable timing gears. It's just the ones that came with my comp setup. And I'll probably be throwing that back on there because it's $100 for timing set, and this engine's not in the best of shapes. So I'm not even gonna spend any more money on it, I don't think. The gears I could actually reuse on the next build, I guess, but I don't know. This motor ran before. I'm sure the timing's not off much, if it's off any. And I think I'm just gonna send it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully the next video I'll have the rear end of the car and there'll be some more progress on this with that pickup so I can get that oil pump mounted on and etc. Alright guys, later.